Welcome to week 2 of our 4-week Intro to TAO Dog yoga series. A few things just to recap from last week, week 1, is we worked on splitting our attention, which means you're trying to do yoga and also work with your dog. We will still be working through that this week as your dogs learn to settle a bit more. Another thing we talked about was letting go of expectations, right? Coming in with an agenda, thinking this is how you and your dog should be doing at this point. So letting that go as well, trying to let go and be in the experience with your dog. Using food. So if you need to use food to lure your dog into a down, you can still do so. If you don't need it, try not to, right? Try to fade some of that food out and just see how that works for you this week. All right, let's do some yoga. Come to your comfortable seats. Settle in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Right, notice where you're starting today. Right, notice if it's easy to sit still. Right, or if you're feeling maybe fidgety, right, like you want to move around a little. So if you're feeling fidgety, let yourself move a little bit here. Yeah, maybe it's roll your shoulders around, rock from side to side. Or it might be moving your toes, moving your hands. So let's take another big breath in. Empty it out. One more, just like that. Big inhale. Exhale completely. This week we'll be working a little more with our breath. Spending a little more time here, really slowing yourself down, really calming yourself so that your dog can learn to be calm with you. All right, we'll start with a count of 4 breaths. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top. Good, then exhale out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold at the top. Empty out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, big breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, empty, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently close your mouth, and you're going to breathe in and out through your nose. Long, deep inhale. If counting works for you, do that, right? And maybe you start to lengthen that. So maybe instead of a count of 4, you do a count of 5 and a count of 6. And if your dog is getting up, you just ask your dog to lay back down. So gently close your eyes. And I want you to notice where you are in space, right? How it feels to sit on your mat. Right? And with your eyes closed, can you tell what your dog is doing? Right? And that may mean you need to open your eyes and ask your dog to lay down, right? When you close your eyes, your dog doesn't get that input. They don't get that feedback from you from eye contact. Good, so you may need to pause, get your dog back into position, and then come right back to your breath. How quickly can you come back to your inhale and exhale? Notice what's changed with just a few breaths. Right, and notice if your dog's movement or your dog getting up, right, distracts you or frustrates you. Right, so it's about that letting go. It's okay if your dog gets up. just continue to ask your dog to lay down. Take your right hand and place it over your heart. And then if you're holding on to your leash, you can keep hanging on to your left hand. Otherwise, take your left hand and place it over your right hand. If your eyes aren't closed, close your eyes. Set an intention for your practice. Okay, release your hands, open your eyes. You walk both of your hands out to either side. Fingertips gently touch your mat. Sit up nice and tall. So let's begin with your heart lifted. Good. Breath in, reach up. Hands can meet at the top of your inhale. You can even press your palms together. Maybe you lift out of your rib cage a little bit more. Good, and then exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, lower your arms. Breathe in, reach. Find some length. Exhale, arms lower down. Good. This time, take a breath in. Lift your arms up. Reach. And then you'll bring your right hand to your left knee. And then your left arm goes behind you for a spinal twist. Use your left hand. Come up onto your fingertips. Press down. On a breath in, lift up. Good. And then as you exhale, bring out. Twist. Do that again. Breathe in, lift and lengthen, and then exhale, bring out. Switch sides. Left hand comes to your right knee, right hand comes behind. And before you even move, breathe in, lift and lengthen, tall spine, and then exhale, twist. Maybe you look over your right shoulder. With one more breath here. In and out. Come back to center. Let's come into tabletop on your mat, moving slowly. Just noticing that little shift, right? Your dog may be like, you're moving, I'm getting up. Right? That shift in energy, that little tiny lift up, right, in your body. Notice what your dog does. Your dog goes back into a down. You set yourself up. Now let's take an active table here. So spread your hands nice and wide. Press firmly into your mat. Good, and then press the tops of your feet down. Shins are working towards your mat. Draw your belly up and in. Start to engage your core. Yeah, so just below your belly button, you're engaging that and drawing it in. Your back goes nice and straight. Curl your toes under. Find downward facing dog. Other option is to stay in tabletop. Lift your right leg up behind you. But bend your knee, and then you're going to open your hip up. We're just going to take some circles in one direction. You can start with your circles really small, and then maybe they grow bigger and bigger. Good, go the opposite way. Step your foot between your hands, low runner's lunge. Your back knee can be up or down. Good, come up onto your fingertips, lift your heart up, gaze goes forward. And then left hand stays down, right arm opens up. Good, and then reaching your heart up towards the ceiling. Maybe your gaze goes up. You can also look down right in front of you if that doesn't feel good in your neck. Let's take a breath. Reach up through your top hand. And as you exhale, roll your right shoulder open a little bit more. Good. Bring your hand back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale out. Lift your left leg. Bend your knee. And then open your hip up. Take some circles. Good. Go the opposite way. Step through low runner's lunge. Good. Heart lifts, gaze goes forward. Working on length here. So start pressing out through your back heel, and then think of reaching forward with your heart space. Long line of energy. Now keep that length. Right hand stays down. Your left arm opens up and reaches toward the ceiling. That's it. Breath in, reach, and keep that length. And then exhale. See if you can twist your heart open a bit more. That's it, Chelsea. Stay right there. Breath in. Step back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold. Your knees can be bent here. And just let your upper body get heavy, dropping your head down. Halfway lift, long spine. Forward fold. Tall mountain, rise up. Fold down. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Rise tall, come on up. Hands to heart center. We'll pause for a moment. Then we'll get our dogs settled back onto our mats. So when one goes, it's kind of a team effort, right? They're social beings. So if one goes, the next one goes, and then the next one goes. Right, so make sure your dog's settled before you get going. Okay, let's take a breath in, reach up. On your exhale, fold down. Halfway lift. Walk out to high plank. Your knees can be up or down. Good. Lower all the way down to your mat. Sarah, you can hover or shimmy to one side. Upward facing dog. Lift your heart up. Good. Engage your core. Draw your belly in. Find downward facing dog. Also, tabletop's an option with your knees down. Good. We'll take a moment to get their dogs settled. Good. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Fold at the back of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold down. Rise tall, reach up. Fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Ooh. Press back, downward facing dog. So you may be flowing through, your dog may be under you, right, Chelsea? And you're just yogaing around your dog. So if your dog is still, you keep doing the yoga. If your dog is up and moving, you pause the yoga, and you get your dog settled, and then you just jump right back in. All right, right foot warrior one. Step your right foot between your hands, and then you'll drop your back heel. It's about a 45-degree angle or whatever's comfortable in your body. Press evenly into your feet and then stand up. Reach your arms up. Good. And your hips are facing towards the front of your mat. Take a big breath in and then exhale. Sink a little deeper. Good. Keep pressing into your feet. Such active legs. Let's open up warrior two. So your back heel moves. Your foot is parallel in the back with the back of your mat. Bring that bend back into your front knee. That's it. Drop your left hand, right arm reaches up, reversing your warrior. Forearm comes to your thigh for side angle. Reach through your left fingertips, finding length along the left side of your body. Reverse, go back. Extended side angle, so you'll reach your right hand down in front of your foot. Left arm goes up. Take a breath here, in and out. Reverse. Find downward facing dog. Good. Shift forward, high plank. Knees are up or down. Good. And then get everything really active right now, right? So what does that mean? Squeeze your core, so start from your core. You're gonna draw your belly button in towards your spine and really engage your glutes, your quads, your calves, and then press out through your heels. And then you're gonna reach out through your heart space. Gaze goes forward. Press back, downward facing dog. Left foot, warrior one. Good, and I see some of you have a smile on your face. Like, it's hard to be really serious when dogs are talking to each other, right, and they're howling. So, yeah, that's fine, right? It's that letting go. It's having the experience. And it's okay. It's okay for your dog to make some noise, right?
This is like, let me give an example.
Yeah, exactly. Good. All right, big bend in your front knee. Keep that bend. Open up to warrior two. Your hips towards the front of the room. Pressing into both feet. And then bring your awareness just to the back edge of your back foot. Press. Yeah, press right there. That's it. Maybe your toes lift just a little bit. Right hand drops down. Left arm goes up. Reverse. Forearm to your thigh. Side angle. Reverse, go back. Maybe you look up, little extra reach. Good, extended side angle. Left hand reaches down, right arm goes up. Stay here, one breath in. And empty out. Reverse. Find high plank. Press back. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Fold at the back of your mat. And halfway lift. Fold down. Rise up. Hands come to heart center. Good. Breathe in. Let it out. Good, another breath here, in. Empty out. Good, lift your right knee up. You're gonna draw your right knee in and up. Good, and then your hands go sky high, reach up. Good, and then extend your legs straight out. Reach out with your heel. We're going to do little pulses. Pulse just up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1. You'll step forward for crescent lunge. Right foot lands. And then your left heel is up and back. Your feet and toes are all facing forward in one direction. Keep reaching up. Maybe you have your leash in one hand. Maybe you've let your leash go for just a moment. Hands come to heart center. Take a breath in and twist right. You can bring your left elbow to your thigh, or you can stay up and keep twisting. Breathe in, and on your exhale, see if you can go a little deeper into your legs. Really use your legs here as your base. Good. Hands are pressing into each other. Maybe you twist even a little bit more. Gaze can go over your right shoulder. Arms go wide. Good. Take another breath. Reach even longer. We're cooking here, right? Your legs are cooking. That's good. It's good. One more breath in. All right, you're going to flip it around, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Balancing half moon. So you're going to bring a big bend to your right leg. And then you're going to lift off of your back leg. And flex your back foot. Once you're there, flex your back foot. Right arm's going to reach down, and then your left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. That's it, Sarah. Good. So much activity, right? So your hands are active. That's what we mean by activity. Active hands, active feet. Forward fold at the front of your mats. Halfway lifts. Fold down. Rise up. Good. We'll gather our dogs.
Excuse me.
Good. So at home, pause, hands come to heart center. Just breathe in and out. All right, and notice what happens, right? You're pulled out of your yoga, right? You don't feel as relaxed. Maybe you've lost your breath a little bit. Good, so take the time. If your dog needs a little bit more direction, you can ask them to lay down. Make sure you have them before you start moving again. Good, and once your dog is back into a down, hands come to heart center. Just take a breath in. And let it out. Okay? Just notice there's challenge in that. Right? Challenge in just breathing. Right? So even though your dog is getting up, even though your dog is moving and your dog is active, you are working at staying calm. Right? And you can feel this opposition. When you start to calm yourself down, the more you calm yourself down, and if your dog is still active, it feels like you're two, things almost working against each other, right? And as your dog calms down, it gets easier and easier and easier, and there's not as much resistance with that. So you continue to calm yourself down. Let's take one more big breath in here. And let it go. All right, lift your left knee up. Good. Arms reach up high. So you're still lifting up and out. Think of your rib cage lifting away from your hips, and that's where the movement's coming from, in your waist. Yeah, and then soften your shoulders just a little bit. Good. Extend your left leg straight in front of you. Heel is flexed. Maybe you lift up an extra little inch here. That's it, Kayla. And little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 2. Crescent lunge. Hands come to heart center. Good. Let's take a breath in. Your arms are going to go up. Your gaze goes up, and maybe you invite a little back bend in. Hands come back to heart center. Breathe in. Go up. Lift up. Reach back. Hands come home. Good. Last one. Go up. Open. Lift your heart. Hands return to heart center. Good. Open up to warrior 2. Good. Transition through goddess. So your heels turn in, your toes turn out. Arms come up to cactus arms. Warrior 2 to the opposite side. Yeah, so you're going to switch sides, warrior 2. And then find crescent lunge. So your hips turn towards the front of your mat, your back heel lifts up. Good, you may have to hang on to your leash here. So yeah, Kayla, I would just hold on to your leash with your arms or your hands so that your foot is free. You can lift your back right heel up. Good, so your foot lands. Arms go straight up, crescent lunge. Good, and then bring a little more depth into your legs. Good, hands come to heart center. There we go. Good. Twist left. Your legs stay where they are and you're going to twist left. You can bring your elbow, your right elbow to your thigh, like Kayla's doing, and then press into that elbow and maybe you twist a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. If you're upright, you can stay up, keep pressing your hands together and use that to deepen your twist. Open your arms long. Big, big reach. Take a breath, and then your exhale, twist even more. Yeah. Take a breath in. Open up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Let's find high plank. Lower all the way down to your mat. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank. We're going to hold here, right? Everything gets squeezed, right? So you're squeezing your core, squeezing your legs. Keep your elbows hugging in towards your ribs. You're going to lower down slowly for 5, 4, 3, hover on 2, lower all the way down, rest. Right, each class is different. So even if you've taken class week 1 with your dog, and this is week 2, I just want you to notice the difference. Right, sometimes it depends on the time of day that you're practicing. Sometimes it's the energy of the different dogs in the room. Right, and sometimes it's where you're at in your day. Right, so if you're nice and relaxed, your dog will feed off of that. If your dog's really active today and you're finding that it's hard to breathe and hard to settle in, that can also affect your dog not settling, right? Because you're not able to settle, so your dog is having a harder time. The more active they get, the more kind of frustrated we get, right? So really actively trying to stay calm, work through it, and just be consistent with asking your dog to lay down. Let's set up for cobra. So you're going to bring your hands nice and wide underneath your shoulders. And then you're going to start to press your hips down into your mat, thighs go into your mat, tops of your feet are pressing down, so the back half of your body is rooted and grounded down into your mat. Now start to engage the back of your body. Yeah, and then you're going to start to lift up. You can press into your hands gently and lift your heart space. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Yeah, heart keeps reaching forward. Take a breath in. Stay here for your exhale. Good. Last breath. See if you can get a little more lift. Lower yourself down. And rest in between. Good. Let's do that again. Your next breath in. Come on up. Breathe in. Lift up. This time, press into your hands and see if you can draw your heart space forward. So you're lifting yourself up and away. Your ribs are getting a little bit longer. Good, and then as you lower down, keep drawing forward. Lower all the way down to your mat. Good, rest. Good, press back to child's pose. see if you can find some ease here. Right, see if you can soften. Maybe your hands reach forward a little bit. Right, you walk your hands out. Feeling a long stretch along your side body. Good, hips continue to melt down towards your heels. And thinking about your intention you set for your practice. Right, sometimes halfway through our practice, our intention may change. Right? You can't quite remember what your intention was, and that's absolutely fine. Press yourself up to downward facing dog, nice and slow. Nice and slow. And then step your right foot between your hands. We'll come up to a warrior two. Your back heel drops. Your hips are turning towards the front of the room. Arms go long. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg. And we'll find triangle. So bring your arms back to warrior two arms. And then you're going to start to kick out your left hip. So your left hip presses back. And then you're going to reach out through your right hand. Reach as long as you can to the front of your body. The top of your body is reaching long. Good, and then drop your right hand down. It can find your shin. It can find your thigh. Or you can even turn your palm facing the front of the room and use that. Press against your leg. And breathe in, reach up. As you're reaching up for your top hand, you're reaching down for your right hand, getting really long from fingertip to fingertip. Keep pressing into your legs, feel that base. And maybe take a little bit more of a twist here. So as you breathe in, fill up, and then exhale, open your heart a bit more. That's it. Good. Warrior two. Goddess pose, both toes turn out, heels come in. Big bend in your legs, right? And maybe a little bit of movement from side to side. So it's kind of like a little bit of like just getting a little lower, working out anything that's preventing you. Helps to get you to sink a little bit lower. What a report. Take a breath in and sink deeper. Good, another breath. Stay with it, Sarah. Good. Sink low. Good. All right, we're going to do little pulses. Just down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go to your lowest point. Oh, yes, your legs are working. Everything's heating up. Press up to 5-star. Warrior two. Yeah, you're good. So your left leg is bent. Reverse your warrior. Good. Straighten your front leg. Good. And then start reaching with your left hand. Reach forward. Reach as far as you can go. And your right hip is going to kind of kick up and out. Good. And then left hand comes down. Right arm goes up for triangle pose. There you go. Feel your feet grounded. Keep pressing evenly into your feet. And then engage your legs. So notice if you kind of just like hanging out there, see if you can squeeze your legs. Make them really nice and active. Good. Good. And then think of getting really long from the right outer edge of your foot out to the top of your head. That's it. Yeah. Breath in and reach. And then exhale, twist open. Find warrior two. Goddess pose.
Don't tell the story.
Press up to 5-star. Turn your feet forward. Good. Wide angle forward fold. Let yourself come down. Your heart drops down. Your head gets heavy. You can even bring a little bend to your knees if that helps you drop down even more. We'll take a breath here. Halfway lift. Fold down. Maybe you go even deeper. And notice where you're working here. Like notice if you're holding on and you're making this a lot of effort. See if you can let that go. Like where can you soften in your body? Maybe it is that gentle bend to your knees, bringing a bend to your elbows, letting go of the tension in your shoulders and your neck. And let's find track star. So track star is you just move back and forth. You'll bend one knee and straighten the other. You can do it nice and low, or you can be upright. So you can be upright going back and forth. Good, and then turn towards your right knee. We'll come into a low runner's lunge. Your hands frame either side of your foot. Good. And let's find three-legged dog. So your right leg is going to go up behind you. Good. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Good. Reach your leg long behind you. Bring it in, knee to nose. Send your leg long. This time, step your foot between your hands, low runner's lunge. And bring your hands to the inside of your foot. We'll set up for lizard pose.
Excuse me.
So your right foot walks to the outer edge of your mat. Your hands come to the inside. And if you're looking for more stretch along the left front part of your hips and your leg, you can walk your left foot back like that, Chelsea. Just kind of wiggle your foot back and settle in. All right, so what do you need to settle in? Coming to stillness. Softening where you can. And notice if your mind started to get busy again, now that you're in stillness. It's really hard when you're practicing the beginning part of our class where you're moving a lot and your dog is up and down. It's really hard for your mind to wander besides just focusing on what comes next. My dog is getting up. Sometimes we even forget to breathe, right, during that active part. Right, but then we get here, right, and there's still work here. It's that mental work. It's letting your mind try to stay present, right? Try trying to stay right in your body and what you're feeling. Okay, and if you find that challenging, see if you can come back to your breath. Right at the beginning of class, we did that counting to 4. You can bring that right back in. So together, big breath in. Exhale out. Last breath here, in and empty. Good. Press yourself up. You can shift your hips back. Find downward facing dog. Move around in your down dog. Other option is tabletop. Maybe even a child's pose. All right, and right here in class, all 3 dogs are laying down. Right? It may have taken most of our class to get here, right? But that's your dogs working too, right? They're working on all of their options. You know, they're looking at each other and trying to say, can I say hi to my neighbor? Is she going to give me any cookies? Right? You keep asking your dog to lay down. And eventually, right, they get it. It may be many minutes later, half an hour, 45 minutes later. Good. Lift your left leg high behind you. If you're not in downward dog, you can meet us in downward dog. Left leg goes high. Right, using your breath in, and then exhale, knee to nose. Send your leg long, reach back, draw your knee in. Last time, reach back behind you. Step your foot between your hands, low runner's lunge. Walk your left foot to the outside of your mat. Hands come inside. Find lizard. I want you to take the time to set up your lizard. Right, and you probably aren't going to come down to your deepest point, right off the bat. You're going to hit your first edge, right, which is a point of resistance. You stop there and just breathe. And Kayla's coming down into pigeon, right? So giving yourself also that freedom in your practice, right, to choose what works for you, right, what's best in your body. Notice if one side is different from the other. Right, there's no judgment around that. Your body will let you know if you can go deeper or if you need to back off. So this is always a practice. Right? And as a teacher, I guide you through different poses. Right? But it's really you who determines the depth of those poses, or maybe trying something else, right? Trying something different that I'm offering. Shift your hips back, lift yourself up. Say child's pose. This time you'll walk your knees far apart and your toes can come touch together. And even here, giving yourself freedom to make little micro movements so that you can drop down even more. Huge opening in your hips. Huge opening, right, along your heart space, down the sides of your body. See if you can keep dropping your hips back. feel this first wave. Where the sensation starts to build up in your hips and in your legs. Right, you're going to want to come out. And if your dog's assisting you like Aries, it's like, it's even better, right? A little bit of weight.
Did you want a deeper stretch?
Yeah, a little weight on your back. But notice, right? Notice as Aries move got excited. It's like a little chain effect, everybody got excited, right? So just have your dog lay right back down. Right, so that sensation building up. Right, see if you can work through that, you can stay with it. Your mind is going to say, like, I want out. Right, but your body can stay here. Okay? And use your breath. It starts to get more intense, deepen your breath. We'll be here for a few more breaths. If you're holding on, let go. I see you wiggling your fingers, right? So maybe you didn't even realize you were holding on with your fingers or your toes and gripping, right? I love that. And that might be it for you, right? Just letting go of your fingers. Right? Gently shift yourself up to tabletop position on your mat. You're going to move around in table, or you can take downward dog if that feels better. Releasing your hips, releasing all of that open. Good, and then lower your knees down, come down onto your backs. And you'll walk your feet in. We're going to do one bridge. Need a nice opening for the front of your body. So walk your feet in towards your hips. And then start to press down into your feet. And lift your hips up. All right, another breath in. See if you can come up a little higher. That's it, Sarah. And then stay for your exhale. Breath in, lift up. Exhale, stay. The last breath in, come to your highest point. And then lower yourself down. Draw your knees in, gentle rock from side to side. And then you'll drop your knees over to the right for a spinal twist. Arms can go out long. Maybe your gaze goes over your left shoulder or you close your eyes. Come back through center and switch sides. All right, and if your dog is there, using your dog as a little prop, right? And the Zeppy's hanging out, so. Come back through center. Take a full body stretch. Reach yourself long. Curl up onto your favorite side. Just pause here for a moment. And you're going to slowly press yourself back up to a seated position on your mat. just take a couple of moments to transition onto your mat. And then we'll set up for our calm touch portion of our class with our dogs. So getting yourself into a comfortable seated position, but getting your dog right in front of you. Now that you found your comfortable seat, we'll start to work on calm touch with your dog. So as we talked about last week, starting with 2 fingers in your dog's collar, which is their cue or signal that we're about to start this part. The other hand lands behind your dog's ears, right? You're just gonna pause for about a second. And then really slowly, you're gonna go down your dog's back. Really, really slow, right? Probably the slowest you've ever done any kind of petting or touch with your dog. When you get to the base of your dog's tail, you're gonna pause. And then lift your hand off. Release your hand out of the collar. And just pause for a moment in between. We'll do that again. Start behind your dog's head, and then go all the way down. When you get to the base of your dog's tail, you're going to stop. Pause in between. Good. And we'll do this one last time. This time you're going to close your eyes. I just want you to bring all of your awareness to your hand and how it feels. Right? You feel your dog's fur. You feel your dog's temperature, right? Whether they're warm or cool. And notice if you can almost feel their energy, right? If they're relaxed or if they're really active, even at this point. And if your dog is moving around, you're just going to stay steady and calm. Right? They might be getting up and down, but you're just like, I'm going to keep doing this thing here. I'm going to keep being calm. I'm going to keep handling you in a very calm way. And notice if you're holding your breath. So if you are, just take a big breath in and let it out. So you're going to put 2 fingers in your dog's collar. And 2 fingers in your dog's collar. You're going to start at the base of your dog's head, and you're going to go down your dog's shoulder that's closest to you. Top of your dog's head, all the way down your dog's shoulder, right down to your dog's elbow. Maybe you go a little further, right? Down the forelimb. Maybe just gently pause at your dog's foot and then you release. So let's do that again. Start at the base of your dog's head and go all the way down your dog's shoulder. If your dog is standing or sitting, it's okay. And we're going to pause in between. And do that one more time. And one long sweep from the top of your dog's head all the way down your dog's back. And then you can gently touch your dog's collar. And just gently touch, right? So it's still a cue. Still letting them know, I'm touching your collar. Start with your free hand at the back of your dog's head and go all the way down. You're going to find your dog's hip that's most available. Sometimes that's the one facing up. With Tori here, it's the one that's facing up. And Sarah's just going to run her hand down her hip all the way down to your dog's knee. When you get to your dog's knee, you're going to pause. Release your hand and then release the collar. Let's do that again. One long sweep. So we're starting the same way each time. Right? We're very consistent in this body handling, calm touch. Because what you're teaching your dog is to trust where your hands are going. So each time you do this, you start at the base of your dog's head, you go down their back. When you move slowly like this, it gives your dog time to register where your hands are. So if you have a dog that is really stimulated by touch, very excited by touch, or a dog that doesn't like being touched, this really helps to build that trust, right? So they know your hand's going. Maybe this last time you go a little further. Maybe don't go quite all the way to your dog's foot, right? Since you're just beginning this. If your dog's comfortable with that, you can absolutely do that. And wherever you end, you're going to pause there for a second and then release your hand. So this idea of building trust. And then when you're done, you can release your hands. Right? I use this at the vet office all the time. Right? I sit while I'm waiting for my vet, and I put one hand in my dog's collar, and I run my hand all the way down my dog's back. And she goes, "Oh, this yoga thing we do." Right? So by the time my vet gets in there, she's like lounging in the room, right? Nice, calm, and relaxed. So it's just one way to incorporate this into your daily life, or into a place where your dog may be stressed out. To teach your dog that when they're touched, right, they trust you. There's a trust to that. Right? And it can be used at your vet. I also use this out in public. If I stop to sit at a bench with my dog, I hold onto her collar, I do one sweep down, and she's like, "Oh, we're going to be here for a while." All right, you're going to move slowly and set up for Shavasana. And can you move so slow that your dog stays with their eyes closed, stays so relaxed they don't get up? Let yourself get really heavy on your mat. Let your body absorb all of the yoga. Feel the changes from using your breath. taking in this feeling with your dog. I think the dogs are letting us know we should wrap up our shavasana mode, right? Before you start to move, just notice the silence, right? Just that brief moment of silence and stillness. And then begin to come back to your body, inviting back breath and movement. Gradually making your movements bigger. And still staying in this state of calm, of rest. If it feels right, you can roll over onto one side. And if your dog's right there, you want to reach your hand out, right, and make connection, you can do that. And then press yourself up to seated on your mat. Draw your hands to heart center. Close your eyes, bow down, and take a breath together in. And then out. Thank you all for showing up, for trying something new with your dog. I leave you with 3 words: relationship, connection, and love. Draw your thumbs up to third eye. Breath in. Bow down. And together we say, Namaste.